that's where the current wiring goes in up there. Use this handy device to measure the shape of that thing, which I'm going to build a little box for to hold the throttle. Oh, look how clever that guy is. This masking tape helped keep it all together and helped it from being a mess, but when you take it off, it tears off a lot of those fibers anyways, so I don't know. It worked fine, but I don't know that I could recommend it. It certainly kept my garage a little tidier than it would have been. It would have had more of that crap floating around, which is, you know, good. And that stuff I just put in there, that is not MEKP, that was MEK. Not the same thing. And so I had to start over. This is the gel coat. Goes in the inside. And this is later, and putting the fiberglass on. Several layers. And you can see that the inside layers, you might not be able to see because it's going real fast, but the inside layers are one long strip that wraps all the way around the inside. And that didn't work very well. It meant that the corners had some air gaps. And there was something else wrong too. Like, this video is very fast, but there were all sorts of gaps, and there were, even the gel coat didn't cure all over the place. I don't know what I did. On top of that, it turns out this box was too tall. It was the right width, it was perfect width, but it was too tall. This is me not giving up. I put more gel coat on, and I think maybe I can rescue it. Haven't figured out that it's too big yet. Also, just kind of futile. There's a smaller box being used for this, and this one is the final piece. The right size, perfect size, really. I went to Home Depot and I was looking for a box to use. And the only ones I could find were like $20 or more, and the ones that had this size of box, they just had huge nails that I would never need, nails or screws or whatever. This one though was in the shed. Like, you could see where it was. You may have seen it in a previous shot, or it was on the shelf over in the bottom corner of the picture. So that was awfully convenient. So gel coat's gone on, and now the fiberglass is going on, and it's very exciting. As I'm sure you're feeling it deep inside. You're just like thrilled and excitement. Just try to control yourself, but don't be embarrassed or anything. Exciting things are exciting. There's the result. Yep. By hand. This is how we do it. If you look at the top left of the screen, you can see the time ticking by. Hooray! Some bird keeps pooping on my compass.
Very, very quick survey. The throttles I could see were mostly on the right.
Mine's on the left. That means I can put it wherever I want, and there will not be global condemnation. Condemnation. You know what I mean. Thanks, Mr. Mumbles. That was very informative. I'm going to put some fiberglass filler inside to thicken the edges where I'm going to screw it in so that it's, you know, firmer and not going to crack or anything. And I'm going to use the shape of the pedestal to form it. And the tape's just there to stop it from sticking. See? Very exciting. So much excitement. And smush. Strap it in place. Well, bungee it in place. Heat gun, because it wasn't warm out. It was really nice, but not super warm. Aha, done. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is even in here. I'm not going to cut it, though. This takes... I'm done. I'm done cutting it. Ooh, see, there's a spot for the water to drip out if any gets in there. So clever. This stuff is bedding tape. I think it's called Bedit. I have to remember to put a link as to where I got it from. It's like the old school bedding tape, and turns out that it's better than some of the permanent stuff because it, well, isn't permanent and will come off and remain sticky forever and never cures. And well, I'm not going to try and explain it to you, but I can put a link where someone else will explain it to you. Yeah, it's good. You know, like, comes in a roll, and you apply it, peel off the protector tape, and you squish it on, and then you realize... Oh no, I forgot to drill a hole. Oh. This is why it's good that it's not permanent.
Got some big...
Here we go. Now there's a hole. Now it's all good. I used the strap to strap it in, but as you can see, it pulls on one side. That's not what I wanted, so... I mean, the strap was a good idea, but that strap wasn't... I wasn't able to balance it and put it on the far side to keep it in even pressure on both sides. The bungee cord might have done a better job.
So, I don't have time to do the wiring right now, but that's the next thing. I don't think that will... I always think the next step's going to be challenging. And then it takes way more effort than I think.
I was right. Look, I'm wiring things. That green wire I was using, it's stiff. It's quite stiff, so I was able to fish it through and then use it to pull the other wires through. because they were all wobbly and wobbly. Look, I'm soldering things. Well, not yet. Now I am. Look, I positioned the camera so that all the action's happening off camera. Well done. Good job, Darcy. You should get a job in Hollywood. Spoiler, that didn't work. So I fished wire up from the bottom, and that did work. Tape it on and slide it back through. Hooray! Strap it in. Now I've got to connect it to the other, connect it to the actual motor controller. Somebody put the baler in the way, so of course you can't see anything.
At least it was long enough. Embarrassingly close.
Okay, Mr. Mumbles. Putting on the, what is it, timing? Is it timing spindle or timing something, I think is what it's called. I don't know how you get it off, because the proper way to get it off is to take those screws off and then you fit them through. There's a threaded holes. I don't see how you would get them in there. It's too tight. They're on, because they have to be on the back side there. So hopefully it's lined up well enough. This took a long time. Now I'm connecting the... Yeah. I'm checking to see which pins to use on the existing key ignition. I'm just using it because it's already installed. It came with a new ignition, but yeah. That was the sound of the contactor. You can see the light is flashing green, though. And that means something is wrong. Boo. That's a flashing. If it flashes twice, it means there's... Well, could mean several things. One of the things it means is that the throttle is wired wrong. So I did a bunch of testing, and I found out that that was the problem. Hooray! Now I'm fixing it. That's what's going on in there. I know you can't see. It's just some guy gophering in and out of the hole. And here we are. The moment of truth. Oh! The light? Oh, you can't see the light. Terrible cameraman. Wait for it. What's that noise? Movement! Very exciting. For those of you that might be confused, it's working. The motor is turning, it's turning the prop shaft, it's turning the prop. And as far as I can tell, no water's coming in from the dripless seal. And I'm not an expert or anything, but it looks pretty steady too, right? Like it doesn't look like it's wobbling around or... So it seems like it seems well aligned. I don't know. I bet there's a more official way to tell. Still working. Very exciting. I know. I'm sure you're in your seats hoping to see more, hoping I don't cut it off short. And there you go. I care. I predicted what you wanted and I'm giving it to you. The funny thing is, I'm out there worried that I'm overworking the motor or something. Better not be. It's going to have to run for a long time. I think the line at the beginning was maybe the fan belt sort of adjusting itself between the two spindles, but I don't know. It does look like it's centered well enough. Well, I guess that's installed. I mean, it seemed to be working. I don't know what it's supposed to sound like. So I guess the next step will be, well, running it a bit more, maybe make sure that the belt is aligned properly. It does seem like it's all right. Yeah, and then take it out and see what happens. Try not to run into things. So in a couple of days, I'm going to be taking the boat out, putt around and see how things go. And it's still going to look like a disaster inside because I won't have a moment to get down there and clean it up. But that's what's next. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, even if you don't like it, or even if you don't want to subscribe, just do it anyways.